Hello everyone, my name is Espik23 here for a KTaNE module tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at the Crystal Maze module. This module is not really played that much, and you'll see why. It is very diffuser heavy, and to do well in this module actually kind of demands that the diffuser has a certain skill set rather than general puzzle solving. So this module is very different from most other modules. Here's what it looks like. It's very decorated actually. It looks really well done. As you can see, we have, it's not really a maze. We have 4 different zones, as they're called. We have the Aztec zone, the industrial zone, the futuristic zone, and the medieval zone. Here's the Crystal Dome. At the start, it's the only zone, or not technically a zone, that we cannot access right now. What we need to do is to solve the module, we need to go into the Crystal Dome and complete the objective in the Crystal Dome. But we can't go into the Crystal Dome right now. To get to the Crystal Dome, we need to have crystals. And each of these 4 zones, you can get a crystal from each of the 4 zones by completing the objective or game from each of those zones. And every crystal you get gives you 5 more seconds inside the Crystal Dome. You can have a maximum of 4 crystals for the 4 zones, which means a maximum of 20 seconds inside the Crystal Dome. So, we're going to go through each of the 4 zones. We're going to go through in reading order, and I'll actually be using this module as well, even though I'll be probably focusing on this module, to explain some of the zones that are harder, mostly for the Aztec zone. Since this one, I'm going to have to show you exactly how to do it right away. I don't have that much time for explanation. The reason is because actually I should have mentioned this earlier, that all 4 of these zones are timed. You're given 1 minute to complete each of the 4 zones. And the Aztec zone, which we're going to start with, is easily the hardest zone. The expert doesn't do anything for the Aztec zone, and it's all in the diffuser. So I'm just going to run the Aztec zone by clicking on it in this module. Oh wow, of course we get an easier one. So as you can see, we have these 2 buttons, which we have 2 kilograms and 1 kilogram, and as of right now, our bag right here we're trying to fill to match this, but the catch is we can't see how much we put into the bag. And this add button is technically the submit button, so we can add 2 kilogram units or 1 kilogram unit. As of right now, if you've been counting, you know that 10 kilograms are in here. We need to get to 128. So now we have 20, 30. Oh, wait, the button swapped. So after a certain amount of time, between 15 and 20 presses, they will swap. I'm just going to submit this now. I know it's wrong, but that's how it happens if you do not get a crystal from the Aztec zone, and we can't go back there. It doesn't give us a strike. If you don't get a crystal from any zone, the module will strike and will reset. But if you do not get a crystal from the zone, the module will not strike. The only other way you can strike is if you fail the objective in the Crystal Dome in the allotted time that you get. So yeah, after 15 to 20 button presses of either button, they will swap labels, and they will also swap which button does which. Now what will actually get added is what the label was as you're pressing the button. So that means if you press the 2 kilogram button and it switches to 1 kilogram when you press it, it will add 2 kilograms, and vice versa. Now this module will really demand a lot out of the diffuser, and you must have pretty decent eye coordination in order to do this. So I'm going to show you an example of how I do Aztec. So I'm not going to be able to explain it, so just watch. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Alright, there we go. In this case I got an even number, and actually there's a multiple of 10 as well. So if you get a non-multiple of 10 or an odd number, you'll have to add accordingly. Just make sure. And I kind of got lucky how the button switched every 20 presses. Typically that doesn't happen, and it will happen, like I said, it'll happen, the number will be between 15 and 20, and will stay the same for the rest of the zone until the module resets. So that's the hardest zone out of the way. And since we got a crystal, and the crystals, you'll be have up to 4 from the 4 different zones. Now we have 5 seconds in here, but don't go in here just yet. We're going to go through all the 4 zones to see how they work. So now we're going to go into the industrial zone. This is the hardest one for the expert. So when I start this, there's going to be 5 letters that you'll have to read to the expert. Which are Papa, Victor, Uniform, Delta, and X-ray. So as the expert, we take the value of the first and 5th letters that are found in this table. So Papa is 4 and X-ray is 8. I'm going to add those to get 12. And then we take the ones for the 2nd and 4th letters, Victor and Delta. It's our 25 and 5. Add those together to get 30. And we're going to multiply them to get 360. And we take this number modulo the value of the 3rd letter, which is uniform. So I got an easy one. 360 modulo 10 is 0. So we tell the diffuser to submit 0. And you can cycle through this, and the submit button is this reverse button. And of course, at any time if you get a zone game wrong, then you will not get the crystal. It still won't strike only if you fail to complete the objective in the crystal dome. So that's the industrial zone. The futuristic zone is the easiest, and it's another one that the expert doesn't have to do. A futuristic zone will look similar to Color Flash, in which will have these 3 screens, and they'll each have 3 different colors, and it will either be where 2 of the colors have 2 of the words have the correct colors, or only 1 does. In the case where only one of the words has the correct color, you gotta press the one that doesn't have the correct color. And in case only one of them if only one of the words has the correct color, then you press the word with the correct color. So in other words, if there's 2 incorrect, you press the correct one, and if there's 2 correct, you press the incorrect one. So here we have a yellow pink, a yellow red, and an orange orange. These 2 are wrong, the orange orange is right, so we're gonna press that. Here we have a pink pink, a green green, and a pink orange. Green green and pink pink are correct. The pink orange is not. And here we have an orange orange, or a pink red, and a yellow yellow, so we're going to press the pink red. There we go, that's a 3rd crystal. It's easy soloable, not too bad. And finally, the medieval zone. Basically, you'll know that anything on the left half will be diffuser only, and anything on the right half you will need the expert for. The medieval zone, there will be 4 different wheels, and they'll either be spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. As a diffuser, you need to give out these wheels, and holy crap, that's hard to see. But if you can see, that's brown, rotating clockwise, so we're going to mark it on this table. We have brown in the middle, rotating counterclockwise. We have purple rotating clockwise and purple rotating counterclockwise. Typically, the colors are much brighter than this. Anyway, what we need to do is add these numbers up that we've highlighted. So 31 plus 23 plus 3 plus 7 is 64. Take that modulo 10, we get 4. So we press this button to submit when the last digit of the game timer, not the bomb timer, the game timer, is the same as the digit we just calculated. So in this case, we're 64, so we press when the last digit is a 4, and there we go. And that's a 4th crystal from the zone. Now that we have all 4 crystals, we're going to go into the crystal dome. So the crystal dome is another diffuser-heavy aspect. It's probably even more skill-based. It's 2 different completed skills in Aztec, but it's also very skill-heavy. So since we have 4 crystals, we're gonna have 20 seconds in there, and you need to. There's going to be a ton of gold and silver tickets. To collect the ticket, you must click on it, and you have to collect the gold tickets while avoiding the silver tickets. Every gold ticket you collect adds 1 to your score, and every silver ticket you collect subtracts 1 from your score. To solve the module, you need to your score must be at least 15. There will be 3 numbers on the left, or 3 numbers down here, which you'll see in a second. The gold count, the silver count, and the total score, which is in green. If the moment you see that green score reach 15, you should probably just stop. But here it is.
Will you start the fans, please?
There we go. Oh yeah, you have to wait until the whistle. If you try to click on it, nothing will happen before the whistle starts. And that's a solved module. So that was kind of a lot, and as you can see, we have a nice crystal. I cracked a crystal maze. In case you don't know this, wait, is it? Oh, it does stick out. I didn't notice that. Cool. We're gonna keep going. Okay, apparently I ran out of words to say, but anyway, so that's how this module works. As you can see, it's very, very diffuser heavy, and it's not like a regular module, like I said, where it's more, instead of puzzle solving, it's actually more skill based. Because of this, it's actually not really a popular module. But we're going to continue with this one anyway. As you can see, we didn't complete the Aztec zone, so we didn't get a crystal there. So we're going to see what happens if we only have like 3 crystals going to the crystal dome. We're going to do industrial again. So we have Echo and Foxtrot. We have 12 plus 19, which is 31, plus November and Whiskey to get 13 and 14, and that is 27. So 31 times 27 is 837. Modulo what alpha is 7, so 837 modulo 7 is 4, so we submit 4. Futuristic. That's probably the quickest one. And medieval. We have blue clock, blue counter, purple clock, and green counter. That would be 2, 23, 37, and 29, which is 91. So we submit when the game timer has a 1. In the last did. There we go. Now we have 3 crystals. So yeah, so because we have 3 crystals, you actually only have 15 seconds in the crystal dome. So it's going to be harder than this one where we had 20. But I think I've done it once.
Will you start the fans, please?
There we go. I actually did click on a silver one by accident. But the problem I have with these tickets is they sometimes are hard to see. Since their hitboxes are kind of weird and they do like flap around. I wonder how it actually looks like if I tilt the bomb. Anyway, now you don't have to go through all 4 zones to go into the Crystal Dome. If you're feeling confident, and let's say if you don't want to do Aztec, for example, I can just do Futuristic. And medieval. That's blue counter and green clock. Oh, there will be no duplicates from any of this table on the module. That's 72. And industrial, where we have Echo and Bravo, which is 27 times Delta and Sierra, which is 8, modulo Lima, which is 6. To get 0. So let's say if you're like, well, I don't want to do Aztec. That's fine. You can just go straight into the Crystal Dome now.
Will you start the fans,
Even though I only have 3
please?
crystals. As you can see, I actually didn't get all the... actually, I didn't get the 15 score. I actually had a lot of silver. There's not a lot of tickets, so if you hit a lot of silver, you're kind of screwed. So, it's really the safest if you can get all 4 crystals. As you can see, the module now completely resets, and I got a strike. So, one more thing you can do with this module, since you get a strike later, is that if you, like, sucked on the rest of these zones for whatever reason, you can hold the strike until later, since you can't strike until you complete the Crystal Dome. And also, if you're really crazy, actually, I got that wrong. Whoops. What's another quick one? I'll see this one again. Oh, that's not purple, that's brown. It's hard to actually see what direction that brown one is going. If you zoom in, you can tell, but it's hard to see when you haven't zoomed in. The lowest amount of crystals you can go in is 1. But however, you only have 5 seconds to get 15 gold tickets. As you can see, I really didn't get a ton there. And it is kind of luck-based in terms of how you can get the golden tickets. So it's not... I wouldn't say that's well-designed. But yet again, this module is based off of the British show, The Crystal Maze. For how it wasn't implemented terribly, but it definitely could be improvements, but that's what we got. And unfortunately, that means that this module is not really popular. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just kind of tricky, and it does involve some stuff the diffuser has to learn that they usually wouldn't have to for a module that isn't like just reading text. They actually have to look at stuff carefully, and they don't get a second chance. I mean, they could, not without striking. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this module, so thank you for watching this tutorial. And as always, keep talking, and don't explode. I actually need a crystal. I'm trying to find ways to blow this up, but I can't.